My life feels like a movie. I've chosen to spend my time on Earth traveling the world, experiencing cultures, meeting new faces, and pushing my comfort zone as much as I can. Sounds pretty good on paper, and honestly, a lot of it is. But behind every cinematic moment, there's a side of the story which no one films. The part people don't really share online. The days when life gets heavy, when things go wrong, when being alone stops feeling peaceful and starts feeling lonely. What people don't tell you about solo travel is it's not all sunshine and freedom. Sometimes it's confusion, loneliness, overthinking. I've just gone through one of those phases here in Sicily and I wanted to document it. Not for the highlight reel, but the reality. The last few weeks have been tough. The specifics as to why are not important, but it feels like I've just gone through one of those phases of life where life is just hitting you from all angles and everything that could have possibly gone wrong did. And for the most part, I'm a pretty positive person if you know me personally, and one bad thing happening in my life doesn't usually faze me. In fact, usually it gives me power and perseverance to fix whatever it was that went wrong. But every now and again, you go through a series of events, a domino effect of one bad thing affecting the next, and eventually it just starts chipping away at my positivity. And unfortunately, when you hit a phase like this, you just start to spiral. The routines disappear, the good habits fade away, and you start chasing small highs that will actually end up pulling you further down. And somewhere in there, you start asking questions which just don't have answers. What's the point? What am I doing? Why am I even doing this? Too much of anything is bad for you. Now, I've been traveling long enough to realize that this is just another phase, but in the midst of it all, when you're right in it, somehow you just become blind to reason. And it's draining, man. Being stuck in a negative mindset when you're fully aware that what you're doing is bad for your own mind and body, but you continue to do it anyway. Any new ideas or potential new ways out that I think of to get out of that situation is always this lurking underlying feeling that it's not going to work out. The same as all the other times. It's not going to work out and it's just going to be another failed attempt. But eventually you just hit a point where you stop and think, how did I actually get here? For me, the first step is always just admitting it. Looking in the mirror and just saying to myself, fuck, I'm not actually happy right now. Realizing that this is indeed yet another phase, a phase which I have to live through and recognize that it's a tough one. Only once I accept this can things start moving forward in a more positive way. Take time for yourself, do the small things which make you happy, express yourself as much as possible and get all those thoughts and feelings out in any way which works for you. In moments like these, I love to spend time on the phone. In a world where we're constantly fighting for people's attention, a phone call with a loved one, a friend or family member who actually wants to hear you can feel so incredibly good. Solo, but never alone. I give myself space to let it play out, and when I feel it coming to an end, I tell myself, one more big night out, one more unhealthy meal. After that, I'm done, and it's time for a change. So here we are towards the end of this cycle, and for the last 5 days or so I've been in this time for a change mentality, and I've had a funny realization about the whole thing. Your mind is incredibly powerful. Life is always happening around you and good and bad things happen all the time, which I can't control. But the one thing that I can control is how I take on that information and how I process it. Somehow I entered this state of mind where I was choosing to focus on the negative things happening instead of seeing it as a whole picture that both sides exist simultaneously. Now, I don't know if I believe in fate or if I believe that we create our own paths, but what I do know is that life is always happening around us, the good and the bad side by side. And it turns out that the only thing that I can actually control is how I experience it.